We are on season 5, episode 6.
Oh, there we are.
Today we are talking about our sex. Oh wait, no.
Our what?
Our swingers, sex addicts or sex freaks, whatever you want to call it. Our swingers obsessed with sex. That's why they're in the lifestyle.
Oh, so we're obsessed with sex.
We're
so
obsessed
we
with
got
sex,
into this
and we're
lifestyle.
just a bunch of cock whores, cucks, whatever else we're called, sex addicts, unfaithful, like just all the things. Is that are they all just a bunch of sex freaks?
Thank you for checking out the Impulsive Duo podcast. Remember, our content is for 18 and over. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
So where did this come from? I'm curious.
I mean, I think it's a lot of what you hear on social media. Like people, will comment. Like I actually, it kind of got me thinking when I decided to do a TikTok on this or a podcast. Was somebody was like, "Oh, you're just a cock whore." Like that's why. Because I said something about the lifestyle, liking the lifestyle, blah blah, and he's like, "No, you're just a cock whore." And it was just a troll on the internet, whatever. But I was like, that couldn't be the furthest from the truth. And anyone that knows me, especially my partner, knows that couldn't be further from the truth. So it kind of got me thinking that I was like, people just assume that, especially women, I mean, but everybody, that we're all just a bunch of nymphomaniacs, like obsessed with sex.
You're not getting enough at home.
You're not getting them at home, all the things. But is it just that you're just a cock whore? Like, am I just obsessed with dick? And that is the furthest thing from the truth when it comes to me.
That's not kind of how it is.
It's so I made a TikTok and I said, are we all just sex addicts, or do we just like the attention?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I mean, really, call it what it is.
Right.
Do we like to feel desired and wanted, and we like the attention that the lifestyle brings? It's so much more. The lifestyle is so much more than sex for me.
Right.
So much more. And why I like it is so much more than just the sex. I could give or take the sex.
Right.
And we've talked about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why there's a lot of people in the lifestyle who are ADHD, neurodivergent. Like you kind of thrive. And it is a little bit of an addiction. You thrive on this, like that part of it. You thrive a little bit on like the high and like the dopamine rush that the lifestyle brings. And for me, that's what we like about it.
Yeah, no, it's ever changing. It's never the same. It's kind of like scrolling social media in a sense, but in real life. Every club is different. Every event is different. People we meet are different.
People you sleep with.
People you sleep with are different. Like everything about it is stimulating. And so that part of it is exciting. I wouldn't say it's addicting, because it's not like an addiction where I'm sitting and I just look at you and I'm like, God, we just gotta go
because
somewhere.
And we go through like ebbs and flows. We're like, we go through times where we're just like over it and we need a break, and like it gets to be a lot because it can be also very overstimulating and too much stimulation.
Yeah, it's
it
drains you too quick.
So, but yeah, I just was like, it's not all about the sex for me. And I think a lot of people, like, you get to go to events, you get to dress up. I mean, a lot of people, maybe had kids young, or there's a lot of ex-Mormons in the lifestyle, or people who, had just, they've been married for 25 years. There's things in life they never really experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it brings out almost a youthful side to a lot of people.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, I think the lifestyle makes you feel a lot younger than what you are by far.
And part of me hates the people that like go to parties and get wasted and they're like trying to relive their youth. But I do think it brings out that little bit of like youthful, I don't know, because like if I was to go to a regular club in fucking Las Vegas, Miami, whatever, I'm going to be the old hag there. Like, I mean, really, I'll dress up cute, whatever. Yeah. But like for the most part, it's like I'm not going to be the cute, all little 21-year-old bebopping in the corner, getting drunk, and like all the drunk frat boys, and like that's not our scene.
Right.
The cool thing about the lifestyle is that the majority of the people in the lifestyle are in their later 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and they're getting to kind of relive this, but together with your crowd. Like so many people are in their 40s, 50s, and so we get to kind of relive this little bit of fun and added spice and adrenaline rush while still feeling like you belong, like you're not totally out of place. Like I don't feel out of place in a lifestyle club.
No, not at all.
Like I don't feel too old. I don't feel.
I've never felt like I went to clubs and been like, why am I here?
Oh my God.
But
I know I have a friend going to Vegas this weekend, and they're going to like for 40th birthday. Yeah. They're going to a bunch of clubs, and like half the girls are like, "Fuck this shit." Like.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
it'll
I
be
could not imagine going to like a club in
No.
Vegas, like not a lifestyle, like a club,
just a club.
like at the,
No, it'd
what?
be so uncomfortable, and it just like I've never went to a lifestyle club though and went, oh, this is uncomfortable, and I feel out of place. Like it's a lot more accepting. It's friendly. I find it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, and I think true at our age, like people kind of struggle. Like it's hard to make like adult friends. It's
Hmm.
hard to when you find a like-minded adult friends
Yeah,
and people that you can kind of just be yourself and be open with sexually, and even I think that is like a huge part of it too.
yeah,
I just think that people that aren't in a lifestyle don't realize how much more is in the lifestyle and goes into it and how people feel. Then we're all just a bunch of like unhappy sex freaks, sex
yeah.
addicts.
Because there's a lot of people, and even us, we've constituted as this too. There's a lot of people that would go to like lifestyle clubs and go to lifestyle events and not sleep with anybody.
No, they're just voyeurs or exhibitionists.
Or yeah, or they
They
just
just like the
they
environment.
just like the environment, and then they go back to their hotel room or whatever and have sex with their partner
Yeah.
or whatever it might be.
There's a couple, he reached out, he emailed us. They're going on our cruise with us in
Okay.
May, in August.
Oh, okay.
On the Virgin Voyage cruise, which there's still a room available if anybody wants to join us. He reached out and he said they love to go to the parties. They do like fantasy fest. He's like a DJ in Florida, all that. And he said they don't really consider themselves swingers. His wife does like they like the occasional unicorn thing.
Yeah.
He's like, but we're just more like just love the environment, love the people, love to be a part of it, and like just likes like-minded people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's so much more like that encompasses the lifestyle than just being a cock whore.
Yeah, like
I don't really like dick. Like I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I like okay, that sounds bad.
You don't like dick, okay?
I do. I like the intimate part of sex with Eric. I like being close with Eric. I like that like connection with somebody who you're like drawn to, that you're in love with, all of that. I like that like intimate, like and Eric knows how to get me off. I can get, whatever, how I get off, like all these things. But to just like there's like girls who love like, MFM all the time or whatever and like to just get like railed out. Like they do, and that's fine. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah,
wrong.
like three or four rounds just get railed out.
Yeah, and like they literally consider themselves like cock, like they like it, and like I just don't like sex. Doesn't feel that good for me, and I've always like I don't really like orgasm internally, anything like that, and so part of me has always been like I like it more when I like the whole evening, when there's like the flirting and the newness, and to know someone's attracted to me and I'm attracted to them, and the kissing and the touching and the like watching you with the wife and her and like bodies. Like I like all of that more than like
right,
just the sex. Like
yeah.
I like the high of like the whole evening and the flirting and the touching, and like I'm an attention whore. I mean, really, I guess it would come down to it more than a other whore.
Yeah. But I think we all are. And I mean, it's one of those that when people find you attractive, other people besides your partner find you attractive, it boosts your ego. And, we've talked about that before. It's like, I can sit here as much as I want and tell you how beautiful I think you are. And you're like, uh-huh. But then somebody else out there is like, dude, you are just gorgeous. And you're like, oh, really? And then you're twirling your hair.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, what?
You're like, I just fucking said
I'm
that.
like, I've been telling you this whole trip, and motherfucker over there says it once, and you're twirling your hair. But it's true because it hits so different.
It totally hits different. Like, of course you think I'm attractive. I'm your wife. Like, we've been together for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like that's just like how you feel about your partner. But yeah, when someone else outside of your partner that finds you attractive, it's definitely like a different high.
It's a different high, and it's
maybe that's
new,
probably
ADHD, and it's
though.
fresh, and that's the thing is like going to these clubs. It's I think every club we've went to and every event that we went and did, we don't have expectations of hooking up with people.
No, and and that's what people think, like, oh, you're just going to these. I mean, yeah, I see so many dumb comments online.
Right.
Like some guy was like talking about I was a video I made or something we made about consent, and some guy's like, oh, so if you go to a club, like, people can just just touch you, and I'm like, absolutely not, that's assault. And they're like, then why the fuck are you there, for attention?
Yeah, and there's such thing as called consent.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a douchebag online,
right.
But it just gets me thinking that people are so convinced that like you walk into these sex clubs or whatever, and you're just like, everybody, I'm just gonna lay here and let everybody fuck me.
Well, look at all the porn that's out there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate thing, is that so much of it, and I think that's where even guys struggle in this lifestyle, because I think a lot of guys think that they have to just hammer out women. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they have to be a jackhammer, and they have to be able to fuck you for an hour straight. And
Yeah,
their
well,
dick has to be throbbing rock hard.
what if I come too fast?
Yeah, I mean, look at all the comments we get from guys that their biggest fears are: what if I come too fast?
What if he's bigger than me?
What if he's bigger than me? What if I can't keep it hard? I mean, it's all around their dick.
Yeah, and the majority is like, you have to realize, like, I mean, just speaking from experience, but like, I'm a 40-year-old woman. I'm 41 now, 41-year-old woman. Like, I've been married a couple times. Like, I have a partner. Like, I get that sometimes things aren't perfect and sex isn't always perfect. And sometimes I understand when there's a lot going on. When you're with a new partner, your dick might go soft for, like, I get all that. And to me, it's like, I don't have these expectations that you're just some fucking porn star and you're gonna, like, I mean, you got to be a little bit exciting, So I've dealt with that too. But like, I don't have these expectations that you're just like some superstar rock star. And I think, again, that's a lot of people compare a lot of it to porn.
I think that people really do, because, like, think about the first time we went to a lifestyle club. Our first lifestyle club.
5150.
5150. What did we think, like, going? Remember how, like, nervous we were going to it for the first time, and, like, not sure what we were going to expect. And we spent all this time to kind of dress up, and so much of it was like, what if we don't want to play with, like, people, or how do we turn people? We were more obsessed with how to turn people, because you're thinking people are going to attack you.
Yeah, you literally think you're going to be like,
you're going to be
forced
mauled
into rooms, and
Yeah.
like, you're going to be mauled by people, or like everyone's going to be fucking and you're expected to have to do something. And like, this is, I mean, anyone that knows Club 5150,
it is an interesting
in
club.
Las Vegas, someone just randomly invited us. We were there. This was like when we barely had just started like, we had played with a girl at that point. We just started our lifestyle, like, not even lifestyle, we started like playing with girls.
Yeah.
And anyway, somebody invited us to it, and we were like, well, fuck it. And it's just a kind of a hole in the wall old house, whatever, outside of Vegas. It was fine, and everyone was so nice.
But that was the thing. Like, our first experience at a club was like, people were just nice, and you didn't have to have sex with anybody, and like, people were just friendly, and it was like a huge eye opener of going.
Do you remember there was the orgy room? A bunch of people were fucking in that room, and then there was downstairs. I do remember we went downstairs, and everyone was like kind of sitting around that area and getting blowjobs, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I've never been to a sex club before.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I can't believe all these people are just getting blowjobs and stuff like that.
Out in open.
Huh. But it was like, at no point was I like, this is like any kind of porn I've ever seen. It wasn't like, it wasn't. I mean, that's where I think that people have it, like, it's this dark place, and like, you go there and you're just going to get take your clothes off, and you're going to get on this nasty bed, and you're just going to bend over, and guys are just going to start just fucking ramming away at you or something.
I mean, if that's what you want, you could probably make that happen.
You could make that happen at a club, but I mean, that's not what the club really is revolving around.
No, and especially even like, I don't know, like, I saw another post, a bunch of people were talking about, somebody posted about a swingers cruise on like a vanilla Instagram page. Mm-hmm. And someone's like, did you know that there's swinger cruises out there? And so I'm just reading the hundreds of comments about how fucking gross that is, and this and that, and people are just fucking everybody, and like, that the boat's probably so fucking disgusting now. And like, as somebody who's been on, a lifestyle cruise, and I'm just like, oh my god, the perception that people have, that people are just, I'm like everyone's like, I wouldn't want to sleep in those rooms. I'm like, it's no more sex when our room than if you and I were on a vanilla cruise, just you and I.
I know.
I was like,
I think we had more sex in our room, ironically, on the Princess cruise together than we almost did on the Swinger cruise.
I mean, I was like, people do not get, okay, well, like, yeah, there's nudity maybe around the pools and stuff, but nobody's fucking. There's rules. The only sex you can have is behind closed doors in certain playrooms that they have created that get like taken away and completely redone before, like, it's all done on beds. It's all like, I don't know. There's just the perception. Although the one, okay, except that theater on
the theater, yeah.
Everyone was fucking.
Everyone was fucking. In the theater
on all those chairs. And I go, do you think they like sanitize all these real good after?
Maybe. Yeah, so there is that.
So there's that. Okay, I'll take that back. But for the most part, it's not like, I mean, people aren't fucking in the hallways. They're not, it's just a normal cruise. People are just dressed up and like, yeah, there might be some activities you can go to. And then there's like, people are topless and there's maybe some nudity by the pool, but like not like just a fucking orgy rammed. I don't know. Yeah.
No, and I think swingers, though, unfortunately, I think social media swingers, in a sense, have done it to themselves and to swingers.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, a lot of the social media swingers, you're selling OnlyFans. So who did you just get railed out by?
Yeah.
And look at this orgy that I'm doing. And I get it, it's a side hustle, but you're selling.
Yeah, nothing wrong with OnlyFans. Like
No.
we have an OnlyFans and stuff, and we've done it, but we don't like push it, and we do not think OnlyFans and swinging are not even remotely the same thing.
Right. And so I think when you blur that line, you feed into people's whole perception of porn and what this lifestyle is.
Yeah, of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and like how many people did we meet? I mean, we were on a swingers cruise and it almost felt more like a nudist cruise than it did a swingers cruise.
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be so much easier to have sex.
Oh yeah, it was like the hardest thing to have sex. It was like, do you like, please?
Yeah, anybody? No, there were people we could have.
But it's not what people think, and it's like everyone's just doing everyone, and it's like, no, there are standards, and people are picky,
and then and everyone talks about the STDs and how gross and this, and I'm just like, actually, swingers are most of them are the cleanest, safest, because we are getting tested regularly. We're having mature conversations with our partners, with our play partners. You're staying on top of testing. You don't want to use anything. You're using protection. Like, it's just so crazy that
it so surprises me how
and I can't say that I'm not guilty of not knowing anything about the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Are you a female 18 and over interested in the lifestyle? Check out Unicorn Landing at unicornlanding.com or in your favorite app store today.
Before I got into it.
Same.
Yeah. I mean,
but also I don't think I was as judgmental as a person. Like I was open, you're open-minded to it. But the biggest one I think that shocks me out of all the stuff I ever see that we get questioned is how much people think of STDs and STIs in the swinger lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So many people. And it's always, and I just think this, when I was single, I don't think I fucked a single person with a condom.
Gross.
Sorry. Well, I mean, that's reality. I mean, I was more concerned, are you on birth control or not? And that was literally the only conversation I was having.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, though. Like when you were single, I know you.
No, I think I was a little smarter about at least using protection.
Oh, well, good for you.
Well, I'm a girl, and like, yeah.
I was just like, I don't know.
I recall having a bunch of unprotected sex.
Well, so I'm a whore. But I mean,
obviously.
But the reality is, though, when I was single, I never talked to a single person about STDs.
I think you were also more of a sex addict, or not like addict, that sounds bad. You were more like,
I thrived on sex.
Thrived on sex when you were single and like not in the lifestyle. But I think it was more because it was an attention. I think.
Oh, it was attention. I needed attention and validation.
That was your valid way of seeking validation. Yeah. This is more just like this. I mean, I think partially this is a validation seeking.
It's partially validation, but it's just I don't know. I
like the validation. I like people to think I'm.
I look at it as fun, and I also look at it's so weird to say, but it brings us so close together.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's the thing.
You get to live. That's the other thing too. Is like, oh, you're unhappy at home. That could be further from. Yeah, I mean, maybe some swingers are, but for like the majority of swingers who are in healthy relationships that do this and like have been in the lifestyle for a while and do it healthily and communication and boundaries and blah blah blah. Like, are you kidding me? Like, everyone has fantasies. Like, you can't tell me you've never had a fucking fantasy in your life. And now imagine getting to do that fantasy for real with your absolute best friend, your partner, somebody you trust, somebody you love. Okay. You like, holy shit. So, a lot of us girls read smut. So a lot of girls out there have this like multiple men on them vibe, like, or they want to play with a girl they've never gotten to. And, there are all these things. So imagine you get to actually do that with the trust, respect, boundaries, all of that. And then you get to look at each other and be like, holy fuck, did we just do that together?
Yeah.
Did we just have a fucking orgy? Did we just get to like, and then you like, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God. And then you're having the pillow talk together and your sex is hotter because you get to talk about it. Or even if you don't fuck other people, you go to a swingers club and you're like, oh my God, all those people were fucking around us.
Just
like,
seeing
we were
all
having
the people
sex and people were watching. Like,
yeah,
there's just so much more that goes into it.
Well, the funniest part too is like, think about like your let's think about your 2 other marriages, for example.
My 2 other marriages.
Because I could pick any of my ex-wives, and I guarantee if I said this shit, we would have stopped in the middle of sex, and they would have stared at me and been, "What?" And could you imagine having sex with one of your exes and looking at him just being like, "Yeah, I want you to fuck me while I'm sucking a guy's cock right now, and I want to be fucking gagging on it, and you just fucking pound me." What? You know what I mean? Could you imagine just out of the blue you said that?
I literally just visually thought about that.
Think about that.
To my ex-husband, who you know.
It would be a stop of like a what?
I think
like
I don't even know.
There'd
been divorce papers probably.
Yeah, it would be like this whole. But in
there
this
were divorce papers the next morning, and therapy, and I've been like verbally abused. Like, oh my god, no, I can't even imagine if I would have said that.
And that's the funniest thing, because we all have these different fantasies. We all have these things. Like I could seriously say, "Hey, babe, I want to try this," and you would not look at me weird, and you'd be like, "Okay, let's try this," or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? To have that freedom with your partner. Mm-hmm. It's freeing. Like the part of the problem I had in vanilla relationships is I always felt very constricted, and you get bored, and that was the problem. Is like I never once, except when you're like initially dating, would go through and tell somebody what I liked, or hey, I want to try this, or what.
And you feel almost a little bit like shameful for it.
Yeah, and then
all of a sudden, like you say you've been with somebody for 5, 10, whatever years, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I kind of want to try this. And all of a sudden it's like, ew, what's wrong with you? Why?
Yeah.
And like, I know friends who've gone through that. Like they've kind of been like, started thinking about girls and wanting to play, do some things, or they read smut and they've like kind of tried to talk to their partner about this. And their partners, like are kind of like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like what, like, it can take some time. And like, they eventually maybe come around. You have to approach it, which we've done. I have a whole podcast on that about how to approach your partner and stuff like that from a woman's point of view.
Uh-huh.
But how it can be like, there's a lot of like shame. And so then you're internalizing a lot of that, all that shame, and you're internalizing your needs and desires. And that's when your needs and desires aren't getting met.
Uh-huh.
So I think that, and there's just a lot of obviously stigma that comes with it. And we're never gonna like change anyone's mind. And we're all not just a bunch of sex addicts. And it's just, there's so much more that goes into it.
It is. And I think the more and more mainstream that it gets, the more and more stigma that you'll hear around it.
And I think that's what we really try to do. Mm-hmm. I think that us influencers that are doing it in an educational way, and there are like definitely a handful, mm-hmm. are trying to show that side of it.
Just, trying to make people like, hey, you're having these feelings and you guys have kind of talked about this, and that it's normal and it's okay and you can have fun with this, and it's not what you think, because it's like everybody you talk to has these whole perceptions. Their perception changes as soon as they go to a club. Their perception changes the first time they have an experience.
Oh yeah.
It's constantly changing and going, oh my God, this isn't what I thought it was.
Oh, that's so true, because how many people reach out, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm going to a club for my first time this weekend. I'm so nervous. And then they go and they're like, oh my God, why was I nervous? That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. Everybody was so great. I didn't feel pressure to do anything. Like this was so fun. And then they're like, why did I wait so long to go? Mm-hmm. And, and so it's like, it's just, the more things you try, the more things you do. Like,
yeah, it is. And you start finding out more of what you like and don't like. And just to be able to do it with your partner is like the one person that you trust the most. Like, why not?
Yeah. So no, I don't think we're all a bunch of sex addicts. I think we like attention. I think we're ADHD. Yeah. I think we like the high. We ride the high. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's for everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't
for
think
everybody.
It'll save your marriage, but I think if you're in a healthy relationship and you can establish,
you get to that point that you can have those conversations, mm-hmm. start talking about fantasy. Like, good for you. You've made it to a point that a lot of relationships don't make it to.
Yeah.
Whether you act on it or not.
So anyways,
here's your sign to have an orgy.
Go have an orgy. Fulfill your fantasies.
Make it happen.
Oh.
Looking for lifestyle takeovers, vacations, clubs, and more? Check out the new Upside Down Network app on Google Play and iOS, and check out theimpulsiveduo.com for more lifestyle resources.